Leo, you are up for the January Tarot Energy Reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Okay, so this is the general reading, obviously. The love reading and the money readings will be up over the next few weeks. I'm just doing them a little bit at a time. I'm also doing collective readings regularly now. So whatever reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I said all that, let's hop into the reading. May I have the energy for Leo for January? May I have the energy for Leo for January? May I have the energy for Leo for January? What is it that Leo needs to hear? What is it that Leo needs to hear? What is it that Leo needs to hear? May I have a card, please? Thank you. All right. Ooh. Well, Leo, we got to have a talk. We have to talk about temptation. I just wanted to say it like that. Oh, and so it reminds me. There's this movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's with Morris Chestnut and Vivica Fox, or Vivica A. Fox. And it's called Two Can Play That Game. And he gets caught dancing with another woman. But she doesn't make a scene when she catches him at the club. And then she starts this program of how to get the man back. And he doesn't realize that she has this program and she's playing these games now. But one thing that his friend told him after he told his friend what happened, he's like, you're guilty of lust. That's what you're guilty of. But with temptation, obviously this doesn't have to be, physical temptation. Temptation can be many things. But it's something that needs to be looked at if it's coming out in the reading. So that's what we're about to do. Let's go ahead and pull the good old tarot deck and see what we get. Also, I will say, with the temptation, if you're not looking to get pregnant, yeah, just throwing that out there. May I have the energy for Leo for January? May I have the energy for Leo for January? Energy for Leo for January. What is it that Leo needs to hear? What is it that Leo needs to hear? What is it that Leo needs to hear? Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords. So, yeah, this has been coming out a good bit in readings too. Tens are obviously about cycles ending, but also Ten of Swords can be extreme pain. For some of you with temptation, it may be something that puts you through a very tough cycle where certain things hurt you. And now you're doing your best to stay strong. I'm sitting here looking at this card. I don't know why, but with all of these swords, do you notice how he's looking up? Almost like he's looking up to God, like, please help me. Some of you, you might need to pray more or do something. Whatever your higher power is, meditate, whatever. You may want to do that to help you, to help balance out your energy too. Also, you might want to do it just to get certain things off your chest. Because if you tell God, you don't have to worry about anybody hearing about it. So that's what I always say. Can we have some cards, please? Okay. Yeah. What's this? Someone might be returning from the past for you too. Don't forget, Mercury's in retrograde. In December. It starts on December the 29th. It goes to January the 18th, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. People pop out the woodwork. 5 of Pentacles, first card that came out. For some of you, I'm just going to throw it out there. You might be tempted to make the offer. To come out the blue and approach somebody. Some of you might be tempted to go back to something that you left. Because you may be feeling lonely right now. And that may be the temptation. Where you don't want to feel alone anymore. And you're like, okay, well, we already know each other. This person, you know, wants to get with me. So why not just go back? Some of you might be in that energy. I don't recommend it. You all have free will. You can do what you want to do. For others of you, I feel like you may be leaving someone out in the cold. Again, they could be your temptation, making an offer, but you might want to leave them out in the cold. Or either they were left out in the cold, and now they're trying to come back in. 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups energy. And especially now that I'm looking at that Knight of Cups, I'm looking at her. She's giving legs, hips, and body energy. Like she's ready to seduce someone. So someone might be coming in trying to seduce you, Leo. Just saying. Or you might be going to seduce them. But I feel like it's them attempting to seduce you. It could be a water sign, because Knight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you could be dealing with a water sign. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Yep, there's an offer for sure. Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. That confirms it. Also, that's 2 of Cups, which is a partnership. Sometimes soulmate energy as well. Let's see. The moon. I wonder when the full moon is in January. I haven't checked yet, but something could be going on during the full moon. 2. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Thank you. What is... Didn't I just tell you the 2 of Cups? Didn't I just say Knight of Cups plus the Page of Cups equals the 2 of Cups? Didn't I just say that? 2 of Cups is out. This one I'm not taking the 3 of Wands because it wasn't part of what came out. The 2 of Cups is what came out. Yeah, somebody wants to partner with you. Or you with them. But I feel like 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords. Turn it this way. I'm putting it back in the deck though. Because it didn't fall out the way I wanted it to fall out. Could have been a third party situation. All of this stuff is so repetitive sometimes. 7 of Cups. Confusion. If you do get the offer, you may not know what you want to do. Depending on how they make the offer. Thank you. But they want a victory. And some of them, like I said, Chariot and the Lovers. So we have Cancer and Gemini energy. They could have been born in June or July. Also about traveling. Lovers is about making a choice. I feel like you don't want to make the choice with the 7 of Cups energy. Thank you. And that fell right on the ground. Yep, Knight of Swords, not Knight of Swords, King of Swords in reverse. Air energy, again, which is also Gemini energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. But I feel, woo, a lot of those came out. But this is more answering my question. 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Wow, where's the other card at? And the Page of Swords. You don't trust them because they're too immature. That's what that is. You're more than likely going to walk away from this. There was no silence. And this is actually given the same thing. Because you have 8 of Cups walking away. 8 of Swords, silence. 7 of Swords can be deception or strategy. Page of Swords can be spying. But don't forget, 7 plus Page is 8. So this is being quiet, not saying anything. I feel when it comes to communication, you won't communicate with them. Even though they may be spying on you. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Swords, moving away from something. You don't want this. You don't want this. Even though it's tempting, you don't want it. You know, going back to the 10 of Swords at the very beginning, on the bottom of the deck, where the guy is looking up, it's like, you know this is bad for you. You know it is. And you don't want it because you know it's bad for you. But you're tempted anyway. You're still tempted, even though you don't want it. Yep. That's the message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, Leo, be blessed.